Sure.
You know, the moon guy showed to you. You're doing a deck profile on a trash deck. We don't play this deck. We play this is the worst deck ever. In fact, this deck's so bad. Why am I even profiling this?
I hate you.
It is Deletors. This is my best friend Raul.
Don't worry about it.
He plays this trash deck, but he actually plays it right. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Why don't you start with your starter and then?
All grade 1? Yeah.
Starter? I'll play him. Anytime a card, say you have Greon. Say you have a Greon. When you use his Counterblast 2, its effect is...
Yeah, Jonathan's getting sacked, by the way. Okay.
Yeah. When you use him, Counterblast 2, his effect is retire a card, delete one card from the drop zone, put it to the bind zone. It's a combo for his skill because when he is retired, he gets to delete another card and lock a card in the back row.
Yeah, and once you have 14 banish delete cards, once you have 14 banish delete cards, your stride wins you the game.
This guy
but we'll
comes
get
to play.
into that later.
Seriously? Yeah.
Alright.
For grade zeros, I run
A good stride.
You want to do a quick one real quick? Do this every
9 crit.
9 crits, very good.
Use 4 of these crits because when you're deleted, if you have no counterblast, this card's so good because once it's used to boost, you get to unflip damage.
Yeah.
And you also banish delete a card.
Yeah, so it helps you get closer to your goal.
I use 3 stands.
This stand's actually really good.
Yes,
it's like a calamity tower.
It's so beautiful.
Pure card advantage. So when it's placed on the rear and your opponent's Vanguard deleted, you draw a card. This helps you get into your deck. That's why we don't run draw, since this deck has an easy time maintaining advantage.
You don't know what my original is.
Because we don't run this trash card.
Yeah.
Trash.
Now, every deck, 4 heals.
Every deck.
If you don't run 4 heals,
if you're not playing heals, you're playing rush decks.
Yeah. For grade 1s, I go 4 of the new Instill, Deletor, and your Perfect Guards.
Yeah, so this Perfect Guard is basically when your opponent's Vanguard's deleted, your Perfect Guard with him, if it's still deleted, you get to re-delete. So it's a situational card, but we just run it for that reason.
Yeah.
That Raul doesn't want to buy unflip Perfect Guards, and
Shut up.
it's a good card.
This card's so good. I run 2 Ill Fate, Deletor.
It's such a good card.
So this deck is
Whenever with Deletor's card in, put to the soul, drop 1 card and draw 2. Just adding card advantage to hand.
Cycle.
Cycles. Then 2 of the Soul Blast 2 and draw a card because come on, you're gonna have a big soul anyways.
You gotta make use of it, boys.
Gotta make use. Then 2 of these because if I want to delete stuff, and there's also a 4.
And they banish delete stuff.
Yep.
I guess
So
that's a way of
it helps
saying
you get
welcome back.
It helps you get closer to your goal of 14.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, it's 13 or more.
Oh, it's 13 or more?
13.
Not bad.
Then I run 3 of these because if I don't have him, I would just use him instead. So instead of drawing cards, I would just lock cards in the back row if it hits when boosting.
Yeah.
And then I have
Okay.
then I have 1 Destiny Deletor, dealer, because
It's a situation.
situation stride. Because in this deck you don't really need stride.
Yeah.
For grade 2s, I go 3
Left ball set.
3 left ball set. Its effect is when he's placed on rearguard when your Vanguard's deleted, he gets to call right ball sack, which makes it where when it's called to the rearguard from a card effect, you unflip 1, which is just helping me get my counterblast back, untap 1, and you also call the top card of your deck to the field, and you banish delete.
Yeah.
So this is just very helpful.
Yeah. So it just helps you reach your goal of 13 or more.
And if he's on the left, he gains 3,000, and if he's on the right, he gains 3,000 as well.
So when your opponent's Vanguard's deleted, it takes it from a 10k guard to a
11.
15k guard.
Yeah,
Assuming without
11.
triggers.
yeah. And then I run 2 of these, because when you're deleted, if I would just want to delete cards in
You
general.
mean lock.
Yeah, lock card. I'm getting so used to delete. With your hand. Oh. That's so disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this deck.
And then I run 3 of the Swift Deleter.
That's a good hand.
I run 3 Swift Deleters because whenever he is placed on rearguard, retire a card, gains 2,000, retires retires 1 card from the front row, and banish delete.
A random card from your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
And we don't run this trash card, right?
We don't run this because this is a minus, a very
it's
horrible minus, and no one needs it at all. No one.
It deserves that.
No one.
And I get to keep it.
And he gets to keep it.
And for grade 3s, you run 4
I run
grand.
4 Grions.
We already went over the skill, but
The
why don't
main person for the deck. Because Counterblast 2, as we already said before, Counterblast 2, retire a card, delete 1, and when this guy is placed on Vanguard, automatically delete 2 cards from your opponent's drop zone.
Yeah. Delete their Vanguard, so it helps gives this deck an early game. We don't run Oxys because he's too costly.
Yeah. And then I run 4
The Greyon Searcher.
of the Greyon Searcher, but I want to run 3 and put 1 of the Harmonic.
Alter Ego?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Destiny Dealer will search it out. Deck binning, deck winning.
Yep. But for right now, I have 4. But what it does is that when you have a Greyon Soul, if you Soul Blast it, delete the Vanguard and delete a card from the drop zone.
Yeah, so when you're out of Counterblast, you could ride this card situationally, and then delete their opponent's Vanguard.
Yeah. And then what it does is that, and then when this unit attacks, if you don't have a Greyon on Soul, or anything, if it just hits in general, Counterblast 1, top 5 cards, and look for a Greyon put to Soul. So you can just delete again.
Yeah.
And then we're going into my G rare. Where?
Generation rare that you get
Right now,
free money.
I run 3 original Deleter. Igor.
One's for me.
One's from Sean,
One's from me.
one's for him, and then one's for myself. So, 3 amigos.
3 amigos.
So, what it does is that Counterblast 1, retire 1 of your cards with Deleter in its card name, deletes the Vanguard, and also you delete 1 card from their drop zone and lock 1 card
Yeah.
anywhere, just any.
And then his other effect is if your opponent has 13 or more,
Yeah.
13 or more banish delete cards, you auto win the game.
Yeah, and they have to be at 4 damage too.
Yeah.
And then, just because I have no other strides, Blizza and
Steel Dragon. We usually don't run this trash card, but we won't rip it because
I need
he
it.
needs it. Yeah, but the Deletor stride actually does something.
Yes, it's
So-
so beautiful.
Any final words on your deck?
I need to update it.
Our trader shacks.
And goodbye, minus.
Goodbye, Midas.
36.
Rest in pizza.
Yes.